You know, sometimes a topic comes in so fast in the gaming industry that there's just not enough time to write a script about it. So that's when I take off my narration collar. Oh man, I could just talk like a normal human being for a second. Hi everyone. This episode is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to lean on my podcasting roots and talk a little bit off the cuff about the roller coaster of emotions I experienced during the Ariana Grande concert that happened in Fortnite. And actually why I think it might be my most transcendent gaming moment I've had in recent memory. I know, I was shocked too. Hey Curiosity Stream, thank you so much for supporting this channel. So first and foremost, a couple disclaimers right out the gate. I am not a huge Ariana Grande fan. I don't dislike her or her music, but it's never been something that's spoken to me. And the same could really be said for Fortnite. I've had a fun match here and there, but I've never really resonated with the game in general, though I do like watching people play, so maybe there's something to that. And I know that the concept of Fortnite concerts are not new. I mean, you could go down the list of the people that have done this before. Travis Scott got something like 12.3 million viewers and raked in like $20 million in merchandise sales, which is just mind-boggling. So these concerts are not new, nor was I surprised to hear that Ariana Grande was doing one. But the thing that got me here was most of these concerts, with the exception of Travis Scott and a couple, I think, beforehand, I'm not a Fortnite historian, I apologize, were just sort of like screens of either pre-recorded or live shows shown in like a broken Rift box Mortis thing in the Fortnite space. But when I read about this concert, including a bunch of actual gameplay elements, something struck me like really hard. And it was that this wasn't just a sit back and watch a CG Ariana lip sync to her own music. This felt way more interactive. So I looked up the times to see if I could make a show. And yeah, much like a normal IRL concert, this could only be experienced at certain times during one specific weekend. And as luck would have it, the very last performance was going to happen a mere hour after I discovered this was the thing. So I thought, heck, let's just play it, experience it, maybe even stream it on Twitch. I got everything set up and I actually couldn't because by the end of it, I was like, oh, the DMCA takedowns are going to be brutal. Speaking of which, I do want to give a quick shout out to my audio editor, Mac, right now, who's going to have to turn this rant into something that is remotely entertaining. And I also want to really thank him for his restraint for not playing any Ariana Grande tracks so we could avoid said takedowns. Of course, I'm sure he just added something there. Mac, please don't do that again. Thanks, buddy. So I decided I was going to do this. I was going to take my first step into the infant stage of whatever metaverse entertainment seems to be heading toward. And I logged into Fortnite for the first time probably in 6 to 8 months. I don't know. I only have one skin. It's one of the psychos from Borderlands with a claptrap backpack. And then I got put into a hub world for about a half hour, like on top of a UFO, complete with like a giant countdown clock in the sky. And I gotta say, that was pretty boring. It was just a bunch of avatars running around, dancing, doing all the emotes. There were some little mini games you could play, like put ice blocks on your feet. It all seemed very silly and innocent. And once the show started, stuff starts getting weird. To summarize what I would say the opening act of this experience was, you do a bunch of baseline fun little activities all timed to music tracks. There's like a Splatoon half pipe that felt right out of a Sonic game. Then you end up in a like Seussian world bouncy forest for another track, and then finally you fight like a boss monster, I think the Storm King or something, on a plane with 3 other actual players to the track by Wolfmother. So these are like all opening tracks. And while I was doing this, I was thinking to myself, the game mechanics are all simple. There is no question. The actual actions I was performing, sliding, bouncing, shooting on rails, those are things that are always present in games. But there was something weird and special about this, and I don't know if it was the limited time aspect of it. I don't know if it was that I was experiencing it with other people that you were sort of like, hard air quotes, partying with in the beginning, doing all of these activities with you. I haven't even heard a lick of Ariana Grande yet, and neither should the audience right now, Mac.
An angel cry.
You are walking on thin ice, mister! And by you, I mean our claim of fair use in this video. But okay, just no more, all right? Please? Please. Thank you. Where was I? Oh, right, yeah. The moment that this turned around for me was after you beat the storm boss and you fall down and your plane crashes. There is a pre-rendered but gives you the feeling of actually having your own interactive moment where your avatar gets revived by another avatar. And I don't know if it's a computer-controlled, NPC that's resurrecting me, that's reviving me, but it did have the skin of someone that I was partying with previously. meaning it gave my brain the good juice chemical of, a fellow concert goer is helping me. Then you look to the right as the camera pans that way, and you'll see another character in a similar skin who needs to be revived, and it just sort of hangs there. And I got this weird sense of camaraderie, the actual emotional pang of helping other people at a concert. I don't know if you've ever been to a concert or if you've ever been in a mosh pit or anything like that, but it's all about sort of taking care of each other, and this video game just gave me that same emotional response. Yeah, it was something. And then the woman of the hour arrives, and Ariana Grande rises from a weird little water bubble, and the concert starts in earnest. And this flies through a bunch of different stuff, flying through the sky in like bubbles and rainbow piñatas. There's a moment where Ariana Grande starts brandishing a giant crystal hammer and like walking up these huge MC Escher stairs, and you have to like follow on a different track and wait for the beats to hit, and you're following her up all the way for her to smash a crystal roof or something, and she comes through the top of it, and you're in space, and she flies through the sky, and there's a whole bunch of stuff. Look, what I've just described is ridiculous. It is a pop star, a CG rendered version of her, performing a 20-ish minute mix of music for however many groups of 50 or 100 that the Fortnite servers can handle. And it shouldn't work in my eyes. There's something about it there, the cynical part of my brain, the part that I realize, Fortnite is just a money-making machine and there's various problems, all that jazz. I know that. In those moments of doing this thing, it kind of all melted away. And I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but I will say this. It is effective. I, again, not a fan of Ariana Grande, not a fan of Fortnite. What have I been doing since I did this? I've been listening to Ariana Grande. I've been playing games of Fortnite and having fun. They haven't gotten any money out of me, but there's no question that this type of event at this point is going to become more and more ubiquitous with Fortnite and gaming. And I was trying to pinpoint down, right? Why is that? And I think I have it, but I'm not sure. I would love to read in the comments what you all think about this. But I think my resonance with this comes from the fact that this is the closest thing in both the categories of good things and bad things that felt like a concert, like an IRL concert that wasn't a IRL concert. I had to be there at a certain time. I had to wait in a, air quotes, line. The experience itself was limited. Just like you can't go see your favorite band play live whenever you want. They're only there for us like at a certain time. And while the digital space does allow us to sort of transcend that, there is something, I think it's a human condition where we feel special when we get to experience something we know is limited. Also, it's done with other people. This is nothing new to the gaming space, but like when you combine that with sort of the actual other feel, like I was with other concert goers, more so than just like jumping up and down and using emotes in front of a screen. We were on a musical adventure together. And so I think that's why it worked. It felt to me like an actual physical event, but I experienced it at my computer. And I know things have done stuff like this before. I've tried them before and it has never hit. And I don't know what it is about this particular thing. Maybe it's the the psychologically programmed ability of pop music to get in your head. Maybe it's the flashy candy coatedness of Fortnite. Maybe it's all of these things that can be considered sometimes homogenous, like using algorithms to figure out the Venn diagram of the most possible people that will come and enjoy and use and spend money in your product. Maybe it's all of those cynical things. But for 20 minutes, I didn't care. I was having fun. I was doing this with strangers. I felt connected to people that I didn't know in a game I'm not familiar with, watching an artist that I couldn't sing more than a bar of one of her most popular songs. So I think the point is this. This was just fun. And in a world like of all of the things that I described earlier, the corporatism of the gaming industry, the abuses in it, the toxicity in some communities, all of these things, every once in a while I like a reminder as to why I still play games and why games matter. And you can see them in a lot of different ways, a lot of different places. This was a place I did not expect to get that feeling. And I'm thankful for it. That's such a strange thing to say. So what does this all mean for me? Am I going to start listening to Ariana Grande on a regular basis? Am I going to try to rank up in Fortnite? I don't know. It's been 2 days since I watched and experienced this thing. And I don't know if the feeling is going to last. But like all technology and like whenever we decide to integrate it with the interactiveness of human beings' social structure. There are good and bad things with that. But I will say, this was a experience in the game space that will keep me thinking for a long time and that I will not forget. Heck, you might even say when it comes to Ariana Grande and Fortnite, this even had me switching them positions. Okay, Mac, you can play the track.
Switching the positions for you.
But what do you all think about this? Am I reading too much into this event that is an obvious corporate shilling to just get more money into the Epic machine? Or has it transcended that and become an emotionally resonant experience for not only people that are fans of these two genres mashed up, but possibly other people in the game space as well and beyond? Let me know what you think in the comments, because I think this is a sliver, a tiny glimpse of the metaversal concept that is to come in our favorite medium. So, hey, everyone, thanks so much for letting me sort of rant a bit. Thank you again to Mac for cutting this together in a way that might make sense. And thanks so much to our artist, Scott, who's making all of the pretty pictures for all of this, this lunacy that I am spitting off the cuff. And yeah, we'll see you with a more structured episode next time, I promise. This was just an experiment. Also, you know, like, subscribe, Patreon. I don't know. What do YouTubers say? I'm normally a cartoon speaking much more succinctly than I am now. So just pretend like I just did a whole episode and now we'll end like this. Because in the game space, you never know what type of world you're going to experience next. All right, let's get out of here. Zoe, I don't know if this worked. But you know, my smile is beaming, my skin is gleaming. The way it shines, you know I've seen it. I watch all the shows on my cellular. Of course you know I'm talking about Nebula. Wait, what just happened? I blacked out for a second. Thanks to Nebula, we're able to offer a ton of extra credits, extra history, and extra mythology episodes, all ad-free on their platform, as well as a few Nebula originals, such as the Extra History Tipu Sultan, Tiger, or Tyrant, and my episode of their working title series, where I get to jam about the opening sequence of Cowboy Bebop. Yeah, I promise I don't butcher Yoko Kanno's iconic theme over there. We love Nebula because they're a by creators for creators streaming service, featuring original content from some of our favorite educational entertainers on the internet, such as Renee Ritchie, Tierzu, and Princess Weeks. And you know who else loves independent educational creators? CuriosityStream. So much so, in fact, that they've teamed up with us over at Nebula to offer a phenomenal 2-for-1 deal. Meaning sign up for CuriosityStream using our link in the description, and they'll throw in a matching Nebula subscription for free. Sorry. If you're new to the game, CuriosityStream is an online learning platform where you can watch thousands of amazing documentaries and award-winning original series. One doc we just finished was The Emoji Story, a CuriosityStream feature that chronicles the rise of these tiny pictographic poops and asks who, if anyone, is in charge of this new global digital language. So head over to curiositystream.com/extra credits right now to get both of these amazing resources for only $14.97 for an entire year. And that's 26% off the regular price. Not to mention, you'll be helping out our channel in the process. Thanks, Space Cowboys. Sorry, not sorry. A huge thanks to our legendary patrons, O'Reels1, Kyle Murgatroyd, Joseph Blaine, Dominic Valenciana, Casey Muscha, Alicia Bramble, and Ahmed Ziad Turk.